Welcome back, guys. Today we've got the Tiggo 8 Pro Max. Now this is a budget 7-seater at $38,998 as a starting price. It is ridiculous. This one's the ultimate, so these are about $43,990, and there's a few things we want to show you, but let's get into it. Now let's get into the styling, guys. We've got this big grille. We've got this nice diamond design with the chrome look and also like a dark grey finishing on the other side. That kind of resembles the whole interior as well, which I'll show you in a second. You've got these kind of fake air vents on the side. There's actually no air that goes through. It looks cool from afar, but it kind of is a little bit pointless other than the aesthetic look of it, of course. You've got some air that will funnel through here, the sensors, and obviously the big plate. Now, moving on to the side, you've got this nice styling on the hood. Gives it a little bit of a more aggressive look. I don't think the white color is the color to go for in this car. There's a few nice colors. I like the blue, but it does look very, very nice in the blue. A lot, very different as well. You've got this Tiggo badge here, kind of just stuck on. Now this one is the ultimate version, so you've got these 19-inch wheels. Now these are Cooper tires. Not the worst, not the best, but keep in mind this is a budget car. These tires, although they can be a little loud on the road, you can upgrade the wheels and that will change the basic sound on the road. But design's pretty cool. Once again, if you go for the lower two models, you get the 18s. Got the 360 cameras. You can see part of the cameras on the side mirror. Mirrors are auto folding as well. Got this chrome strip here. And with the roof rails as well, you've got this kind of slimline roof rails. I do actually prefer these rather than the whole big gappy roof rails. They look a bit more sleek. And being the ultimate, you do get the panoramic roof. Moving on to the side here, you've got this cool spoiler. Pretty boxy, but you have to understand this is a 7-seater, so you have to give the people in the back some space. Now there's so much happening on the back here with all the badges. The 390T, the Tiggo 8 Pro Max badges, so much happening. I feel like they could have probably done with a bit less badges over here. You've got the 4 exhausts as well. Let's see if they all seem functional. They're all actually bolted in, which is good. And it is an electric tailgate in the top 2 models, guys. Now to open the back seats, all you do is just pull this felt back here, just like that. You've got a very nice diamond stitching embroiderment, which I'll show you in a second. And if you go for the top 2 levels, you've got dedicated air vents at the back here as well. I think that's very important for a 7-seater. Everyone needs their own vents. And to fold the seats down again, just like that. Pretty easy. Now, the most important part, in my opinion, on this car, is the wow factor really comes inside. So let's take a look inside. Here we are inside the car. This is probably the most exciting part. Now, this car being the ultimate, you get the nice synthetic leather, but with the diamond stitching, and you do have the option of the chocolate synthetic trim, which I'll show you. In regards to the interior looking here, you've got 12.3-inch displays right in front of you. This is kind of like the design. I've seen this in a lot of cars, like the LDV, even the Mercedes, and also these cars now too, obviously. Now, this seems like the way to go with all the new cars. It's quite cool. You've got the left side, which is a infotainment, Apple CarPlay, all that stuff, and the right side obviously is the digital dash. Now, I do like this dash, especially when you're driving. It kind of feels like a Tesla. You can actually see how the sensors pick up cars on the road, and it does have this cool feature when you do indicate. It actually shows you the way you're turning. I'm indicating right now, and it kind of shows you that side of the car. Very nice. I feel like they've got some inspiration from Mercedes, the way they've finished it. Like the start button, for example, the speakers, even the way they look here. You can see how they design it. If you do know what a Mercedes looks like inside, it's very similar. The steering wheel is pretty cool. You've got like a flat bottom, nice gloss finishing on the right and left side. All the buttons seem very simple. You've got a driver monitoring system in the front here too, which basically will monitor if you're paying attention. I don't know if you like that feature. Me personally, I feel like it can be annoying, but all cars are going that way. You've got 2 cup holders here, flip over, and you've got the wireless charging pad, USB-C, and a normal USB. The gear selector is quite nice. I do like these little mode buttons.
Sandy mode entered.
There's actually one too many modes here to choose from, to be honest.
Muddy mode entered.
But I do like the whole graphics here. If you actually look, it's pretty cool.
Sandy mode entered.
I don't know about the voice though. Yeah, you've got the gear selector here. Very cool. When you do put it into reverse or park, the mirrors do adjust to give you the right angle of what you're looking at. And let's have a look at the cameras. So there's quite a few cameras. You got the 3D camera here. It's a bit laggy, I have to admit, just a tad. And but there's quite a lot of settings. You've got two different settings that you can choose from. We are in the middle of a field, which might look a little bit funny. You've got wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You've got an inbuilt dash cam, which is something that I should mention. The mid-range and the top of the range have this. So it actually records in the car instead of having to include a dash cam, and everyone buys one nowadays. And you can see over here, it's connected through the Wi-Fi, and there's a little SD card slot here too. The sunroof, it's got a panoramic roof in the top of the range. It's got a shade. It does lift up as well. But overall, the inside is very luxurious. I do like how it's designed over here as well. You've got the nice dash, got a speaker in the middle, a lot of sensors. You've got this wood grain finish too. The synthetic look leather doesn't look too bad. Sometimes you get these, they look very cheap. This is actually soft touch up here, and the wood grain actually does feel like proper wood as well. Air conditioning controls are here. I don't know how I feel about this, but you know, it doesn't look too bad. The infotainment system does look pretty swift. The colors are alright. You've got your assistant here.
Please continue.
Turn air conditioning down to 18 degrees.
Okay.
You can use that. You've got full air conditioning controls here. Cool little feature, guys. I actually really think this is amazing. You can actually move the seat forward and back and up and down from here. Now, for those people that have electric seats, especially on the passenger side, if you want to adjust it, you have the rails. Sometimes you can grab it forward and back, but this is quite handy. Something that we never really thought of, but I think it's really cool. I do like as well, you've got this additional headrest adjustment over here, where you can actually pull it a bit closer. This goes up and down as well, just here. I do like this diamond stitching. The Tiggo embroiderment on the seats look very nice. I do really like how they finished the seats. They're perforated as well. Give it that premium finish. Now, let's quickly jump in the back and see around there. Now, being a seven-seater, the passenger experience is quite important. Now, it does seem like there's quite a bit of room. I've got one seat back and one seat forward, so you can see the difference. This is what it looks like inside. This is how it is. You've got a nice little slot here. Can fit something quite comfortably there. Moving on to the other side, you can see the difference in leg room. Got a USB and a USB-C and dedicated air vents both in the middle here. And if you go for the higher top two models, you get the vents at the back as well, which I mentioned before. A few cool things as well, you can actually pull this seat forward like that if you want to access the back seats. Obviously, to get in and out, you have to. There are rails on these back seats too. You can actually move the seat quite drastically. So if you need a bit more leg room, I think that's quite handy. You've got your little cup holders over here. Headrests are adjustable. I do like the design. Once again, I'm going to mention that the seats do look very nice, even in the back here. You've got the same kind of premium look as the front seats do. They haven't really given you the nice seat to the front and not at the back. They've kind of gone out all around the whole car. Let's have a look at the accessibility. You've got this little lever you can pull forward. This falls flat, pretty cool. You do have a rail here if you need to go forward a bit as well. Obviously, depending on where that seat position is, that could be a little issue, but still works well. And if you have a look at the back seats, I'm going to hop in now, see how it is. There we are. Headroom is not great, I'm not going to lie. Headroom is quite small. My knees are unintentionally touching the actual back part here, and I imagine if this was forward, I'd be quite cramped. Air vents here are nice. You do have a little slot here as well. You've got your cup holder and a little place, I guess you could put your wallet. The seats do still have the same kind of very nice premium diamond stitching look, even on the back seats. The visibility for the passengers at the back is not great, but you know what? I'm not going to complain too much for the price point. It is it's functional to say the least, but I don't mind it at all. All right, guys, let's talk about the motor here. Gas struts are pretty cool. I've got to mention that. It's a 2-liter petrol motor, puts out 180 kilowatts and 375 newton meters of torque. I think it's quite a lot of power for what it is. If you do want an all-wheel drive, you have to go for the Ultimate, which is this one here. But the Elite and the Urban only have a front-wheel drive. It is paired with a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. It drives pretty smooth, I'm not going to lie. And I do like that it's petrol, don't have the diesel sound. Fuel consumption isn't too bad. But yeah, it does a job. I think it's fitted pretty well. I think it fits the car, it suits it. It's not underpowered, it's not overpowered. Probably hit the sweet spot with that one.